r/askreddit by Dr. Reddit. What folklore creature do you think really exists? Megaconda. It's just a really, really big anaconda, and since those snakes grow continually throughout their lives, I wouldn't be surprised if some have, in the past, gotten over 50 feet or more. There are unconfirmed sightings of anacondas around that length actually. The problem with confirming these things is that you would have enough people, and strong people at that, to hold it out all the way extended and measure it, or you would have to kill it somehow, before it got away. So basically impossible. Just hold a wireless mouse against it as it slithers past, then measure how far the cursor moved on the monitor, or you can knit a sweater for it. If the sweater fits, that's your measurement. If not, then knit a new sweater. Might not be new to most people, but the jackalope actually does exist. Technically, the jackalope is a North American legend, a rabbit with antlers. In reality, it's a rabbit suffering from a virus that causes weird growths on its head. Wait, jackalopes are mythical? Damn, I just always assumed they were real for some reason. I got a jackalope coin bank from my grandpa when I was a kid. I had no idea they weren't real for the longest time. I always hoped to see one. I think orang pendant probably existed until relatively recently, still probably maybe extinct for thousands of years though. The stories make sense, they are widespread and common in the areas it was said to exist, and there is a fossil record for small hominids in other islands in Indonesia, so no one is gonna bring up that artist's impression on the wiki page. Felt cute might go extinct later. The Pukai of Maori myth. Or at least, it did exist. We've got fossils. The Maori killed off its food supply. Edit. It's the Haas seagull, New Zealand, the land of birds. Before people arrived, it's thought that the only mammals on New Zealand were bats. Edit. Aside from aquatic mammals like seals and whales, New Zealand doesn't exist and birds aren't real. Try again, buddy. Oh yeah? If birds aren't real, then how do clouds stay up? Checkmate, atheists. Most of the ocean things I wouldn't be surprised by. Considering we thought coelacanths were thought to be extinct until relatively recently, I think it makes sense that there's all sorts of crazy shit down there that we might never discover. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Also Mothman, just because I think it's hilarious and too ridiculous to be fake. If Mothman did exist, it would be ducking terrifying. If I found out Mothman actually existed, I'd nope the heck out of this life. The Kraken is almost definitely an extra thick colossal squid and I want him found. This is probably exactly what the Kraken is. I assume once your deep-sea giantism gets to the point you no longer have a natural predator, the only thing that can take you down is man. That sounds so badass. Once you become so big and strong nothing can kill you, man will. Nature, nothing can take down this gigantic creature that's evolved for hundreds of thousands of years to be the top of its food chain. Caveman, hold me grog. I'd love to believe that one day when we have mastered the whole space travel thing, we will detect alien life on another planet which will freak everyone out, mass panic. Then we go to their planet for a little look and it's just a bunch of Ewoks jabbering about being adorable, but Ewoks are terrifying. They eat other sentient creatures and can fight and win over a technical superior trained soldiers. According to the legend's lore, Ewoks have magic that can completely destroy planets. So don't duck with the Ewoks, man. I would not be terribly surprised for us to discover a North American ape or monkey living in the deep woods. But I will be shocked if it is more than 2 feet tall and 50 pounds. We humans are unbelievably bad at estimating size and distance. Ask any hunter about ground shrinkage and that is on an animal they love and know passionately and spends years staring at. Someone catching a glance of something odd and remembering it huge is not even a little unusual. There are monkeys in Florida, not native of course, but we do have wild monkeys now. We do. Roommate once proclaimed, "Yo, there's a cat on your mailbox." Of course, I'll race to the porch to see. Sure enough, there's a furry gray blob sitting on the mailbox. My other roommate just kept murmuring, "Kitty. Kitty." It's a kitty, but then its tail dropped and curled, quite unlike a cat, and its head turned towards us. You've never seen a bunch of Florida girls hauling ass faster before, I swear. We ended up calling wildlife control and they found it 2 houses down. It was not the first in our area, and sadly it wasn't the last. There's more now, specifically around the parks, and they are not nice. The 2 I think are most likely. The Kraken. Giant squid have finally been conclusively proven to exist in the last decade or so. It's not beyond belief an even larger variety is out there, or was still extant in the age of sailing. The other is Bigfoot/Sasquatch. While the most well-known sighting/recording has been proven a hoax, the stories of them go back hundreds of years in native tribes. The description is not that far off from the Gigantopithecus that once really did exist. While it seems unlikely a sustainable breeding population of those could have remained alive this long, it's not impossible. We've rediscovered other species thought extinct, and the Pacific Northwest is huge and there are a lot of very remote forests. I'm a lot more dubious of this one, but these are the two that seem the most plausible to me.